YouTube, what is going on? I hope you guys are doing okay. It is my pleasure to have you back on this channel. On the other hand, if you are just passing by and you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Almost Famous. On this channel we are breaking down music, we are producing music using Ableton Live, we are reacting to other people's music, all sorts of stuff music related really. So I'm glad that you came through. I really hope you're gonna have a good time on this channel. Let's do it. I'm not gonna lie though, I got the whole idea for today's video from another YouTuber. His name is Peter McKinnon. For those of you who don't know who Peter is, I'm gonna be linking his YouTube channel in the description, so go check it out for yourself. But that's not the point. I was only referring to Peter because Peter, he used to have this series called 2-Minute Tuesdays where he would upload a 2-3 minute long video every week giving a professional filmmaking or photography tips. I don't know how he came up with this 2-minute idea, but it was so interacting to watch how he's trying to give you as much as he can, but he's only limited to those 2 minutes. And as you can already guess, that got me thinking, why not to use the same concept in a music production world? Because as you may or may not know, I am already breaking down my beats here on YouTube, so I thought that's a great idea, because sometimes in order to save everyone's time in my production videos, I'm not going as much in detail as I would love to, and that's why it felt like a really great opportunity for me to share a bit more in-depth music production process that I have, and for you guys hopefully to learn something new on a weekly basis. So with all this being said, I want to welcome everybody to my first ever 2-Minute Tuesday. Let's get it. So to all my fellow hip-hop and R&B and trap music producers, you guys know when you work in one of these genres, drums and especially hi-hats and hi-hat patterns, those are essential when it comes to bounce, when it comes to groove. That's why for me it felt only natural to share some of the knowledge I have regarding hi-hat patterns. I know it's been a lot of talking so far, enough. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock and let's get straight into the project. Let's go. Okay people, we only have 2 minutes, so I'll try to be as fast as possible. Tip number 1, sound selection. I want to play you 2 different drum loops that I've made earlier today, and after we're gonna break them down a little bit, okay? This is how drum loop number 1 sounds. That was okay. Now drum loop number 2, and it sounds like this. I hope it's needless to say that the drum loop number 2 sounded much more dynamic and much more clean, almost as if every sound in a drum loop works with each other, fits with each other if you will. It's because of the sound selection, okay? Here is tip number 2. Guys, try not to overdo your hi-hat patterns, especially when it comes to working with the artist. Try to keep it simple, sometimes less is more. Just because you know how to do something, slides, rolls and all sorts of stuff, doesn't mean that it has to be there. You have to think in terms of what you need, not what you can do, okay? Here is an example of overdone hi-hat pattern in my opinion. Sounds like this. I think you guys got the point. Moving on, tip number 3. Use Ableton groove pools or shift your hi-hats off the grid manually to give that swing to your hi-hat patterns. You know, the one that you hear in the records of Smino, for example. And if you like that type of sound, this is how you do it. You use the Ableton groove pools in Ableton, you have a swing preset, or you just shift your hi-hats off the grid and it looks like this. People, we are moving on to tip number 4. For me, this is pitch shifting your hi-hats and also using velocity controls. I'll explain what I mean. Imagine you have a hi-hat pattern that sounds like this. And this pitch for the hi-hat didn't sound bad at all, but I feel like if I would want to go for a bit more mysterious or a darker kind of vibe, trap soul or R&B feel, I would want to pitch my hi-hats down a little bit, let's say a couple semitones. 1, 2, 3, 3, let's say. Let's try how it sounds, okay? So to me, the second option with the lower pitch hi-hat sounded better, because in my head I have this mysterious, dark, dramatic trap soul vibe that I'm trying to build, and for this purpose lower pitch for the hi-hat pattern works better. And also, talking about velocity controls, if you see down here, I have all these velocities, which means basically simply the volume of each individual hi-hat, and I would suggest you not to keep them all the same unless you want to, obviously, but once you give them a little bit more dynamic diversity in velocity, it brings out all the different volumes, so it sounds more alive and it sounds just better in my opinion, okay? And here we are at the last tip of today, and for me I would say try to give your hi-hat patterns a little pockets, a little bit more space. Like this you make your hi-hat patterns sound a little bit more special because they appear a bit more less in a song, and also for artists to experiment and do different type of melodic fills and all sorts of stuff with his voice. Damn, I guess that's it for this one. I know I didn't manage to squeeze all my tips in 2 minutes. That's okay though, I don't worry about that too much. For me, the real purpose of this video is to actually share some knowledge and share some skills that I can guys give you, pass on if you will, in order for you guys to improve. So I really hope you guys learned something and we had a lot of fun, because I did. So tune in for the next one. I'll try to do more tips, but in actual 2-minute limit. So let's see how it's gonna go for the next one. Once again, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, you know how it goes. My name is Almost Famous. I'm signing out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.